That's right, 95.7 FM, the now 100,000 watt FM stick. We are happy to be here on day one on KCMO. Hit that preset on your radio dial. And always happy to welcome on and say hello to Angie Ricono, our next guest here on KCMO. She has been all over this Jackson County assessment debacle, and she's been doing some very good reporting here this week again on that front. Angie, good morning. Welcome in. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
I want to start off, Angie, with your most recent reporting that you've got out there, and it's around interior inspections in Jackson County. The county is apparently butchering. What's going on there?
Well, what happened is a lot of people, close to 900, could be a little bit more. We haven't gotten a firm number from the county. They signed up for these interior inspections where you bring someone in the house. And in most of these cases, it's people who are like, hey, you gave me this incredible new property assessment. You must think I have, updates in the home. And I don't, right? You found an updated sale, and then now you're trying to make my house worth that. It's simply not like that. A lot of these people are seniors. So you were able to get onto the Jackson County Appeals website and sign up for an interior inspection. And these homeowners assumed that means you're challenging your value. But what ended up happening was, unless you filled out two forms, I want an inspection and I want an appeal, all they did was come out, document what was in your house, and left, and that information went nowhere. So these people were fighting for an appeal, and the Board of Equalization yesterday morning did agree that if you had signed up for an interior inspection, you do get an appeal. But for a lot of these people, they were questioning why they even had to challenge that process in the first place.
So, all right. I mean, that's... Gosh, it's just check off another box, right? I mean, that's what it feels like.
Where people, they're like, this is a super confusing process. And I think whenever we're now at 55,000 people appealing, whenever you have such an incredible number of people appealing and trying to navigate a process, I think you're starting to see that some people are just having trouble figuring out how to follow the rules in Jackson County. And I think there's just such a level of frustration because what the homeowners are telling me is, if you would have done this correctly in the first place, we wouldn't be in this mess. One of the families I went to, Julie Briggs, her property value doubled. The house was worth in the 50s. Now it's worth, 110,000. It has major foundation issues. And where she lives, these are modest homes, and people are selling them in the 60s as is. And there is a fancy sale where it was completely gutted and remodeled. So she's trying to prove, hey, I'm not that house. They haven't done anything to update this home since the 70s, and it does have, foundation issues, which she demonstrated with the golf ball. If you drop it in certain rooms, it always rolls to the corner because, unfortunately, the house is no longer level, and they need to add steel beams underneath the house. But she's like, why am I in this mess in the first place? Who stood in my driveway, took two pictures, and now they're like, okay, we're doubling the value of your property.
Yeah, and you've got people, obviously, when you're talking about a lower-priced home, people who are either on fixed incomes, don't have the income to cover whatever the property tax increase is going to be. So these are the very people that the county could end up taxing out of their properties. And I got to imagine, Angie, part of their frustration, you tell me, you spoke to a lot of them, is that it honestly seems like county leadership just doesn't care.
Yeah, I think what they also suspect is, we're going to have some relief for seniors, but that's not going to come until later. So they call it the last kind of like gas for taxes. Like, let's ram this through as much as possible, because after that, we're going to have, some leveling off. So get what you can this year. And that's what they feel like. They just really question the integrity of the whole process and how it keeps moving forward, even though you've had errors. You've got this whole question of, what do you consider a property inspection? If I stand in front of your house and take a photo, is that an inspection? This same Julie, she was telling me there's no way people came around and measured the home like what they're claiming, because she has little dogs. Her mom has dementia and is close to 90. They don't leave the home very much. She's like, if people were up and moving around the house, we'd know. The dogs would be going crazy, and, we're here. So I think they question what information is at the bottom of these inspections, and what information is at the bottom of these incredible increases in taxes and value.
Yeah. Angie Ricono, KCTV5, doing great work on this reporting front. So what's What's next? I mean, we're sitting here still going through this process.
Yeah.
People are kind of hitting roadblocks. What's next?
Right. So, I've checked in with the auditor this week. Unfortunately, audits take time, right? You have some different lawsuits. Lawsuits take time. What's next? A bill in the mail for you to pay your taxes.
Yeah, that's certainly what it's. I mean, but the appeals aren't done yet, right? And how long do they have to do those? But you're saying the bill's coming anyway.
That's kind of like the new muck, right? Because you're trying to get all of these appeals done, and they have gotten a good chunk of them done. But now you're seeing, more people that are going to be entering this process, that new 900, and you still have tens of thousands of people who are waiting for appeals. How long that's going to take is really anyone's guess. How quickly can they go through them? Are people going to keep doing these informal appeals, or do they move over to the Board of Equalization and do that formal appeal? And some people are probably going to have to be paying under protest and paying a larger amount and then hope to get relief on the backside. And clearly, no homeowner wants to be in that kind of situation. I think a lot of people are just questioning if this is how assessments should work, period, in any county.
And how would that, for people that just put their property taxes on a monthly basis in their payment into escrow, I guess that they would just pay the higher payment and then pay a significantly lower payment if they get the appeal?
Correct. And you'll be getting a notification from your bank, hey, now your mortgage has changed. This is your new amount. A lot of people paid attention to their notice when it came over the summer saying, hey, but of course it said this is not a bill. So what I think a lot of people are expecting is you're going to have a new wave of homeowners going, oh, whoa, what is this bill? I mean, you hope everyone has paid attention, but the reality is a lot of people are busy, and now they're going to get, stuck with this bill and question if that's a correct value. They should have already appealed, and unfortunately appeals have closed. But I don't think we've heard the last on this issue, unfortunately.
All right, Angie, you're doing great work. We really appreciate you coming on, especially on day one on 95.7 FM.
Day one, I know. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Well, we appreciate you, Angie. Have a great day. We'll be following the reporting.
You too. Bye, Pete.
All right, Angie Ricono, KCTV5.